Hello all. Today we are going to see the construction of ellipse. There are few methods to construct ellipse. In that we are going to see the eccentricity method. So to construct the ellipse using eccentricity method, we need two data. One is the eccentricity value, and the second one is the location of either vertex or focus. Okay. So this is the problem. So in that, look at this. They directly mention to construct the ellipse, and they given the distance between the directrix and the focus is 30 mm, and the eccentricity value is 3/4. So we have the required data. So let's see like how to construct the ellipse. So first you need to draw the vertical axis. Here the vertical axis is called directrix. You need to draw the vertical axis something like this. Okay, so the vertical axis, and you need to name the vertical axis as some alphabets. I'm going to do capital D and D dash. So after that, we need to draw the horizontal axis. First you need to draw the directrix and the horizontal axis. Okay. So if you notice in the question they given two parameters. One is the eccentricity value is 3/4. The eccentricity value is 3/4, and the next one is the distance between the directrix and the focus, D to F, as 30 mm. So these two data that you got. Let's first locate the focus. Okay, so from the directrix measure 30 mm. So something like this. So 30 mm, and you name that as focus. Okay. Next we need to locate the vertex. So to locating the vertex, we will be using that eccentricity value. Okay. What you need to do is, the eccentricity is 3/4. What you can do is, you can add the numerator and the denominator, which is 7 parts. So what you need to do is, you need to divide this distance into 7 equal parts. As you know, the 30 mm it's very hard to divide into 7 parts because it will come somewhere something like 4.2 something. So what we can do is, we can use the method called dividing a line into n equal parts method, which we already discussed in the class. Divided this into 7 parts, something like this, and so this is 3/4. As you know, right, the eccentricity is nothing but the distance between the vertex to focus by the distance between directrix to vertex. So the numerator denotes the distance between vertex to focus. So that is 3 parts. In that 7 part, from here the third part is nothing but your vertex. 1, 2, 3. So this point is your vertex, and this is like the distance between vertex to the directrix. So I am going to name this intersection as C. Okay. So the next step is quite simple. What you need to do is, from vertex you need to draw a vertical line, something like this. Something like this, and after that you need to, using the compass, you need to make the arc in this line. So the radius of that arc is the distance between V to F, and V as the center, you need to make an arc something like this. The radius is V to F, and V as the center, you need to make an arc like this. Okay, so you need to connect. So let's name this point as G. Okay, you need to connect C and G, and you need to extend the line. This particular line is nothing but your guiding line. Okay, this line is called your guiding line. Okay, so there will be one more vertex in this side. You need to locate that vertex. To do that, at F center, I am going to make a 45-degree line, something like this. I'm going to make a 45-degree line. So this inclination is nothing but 45 degree. Okay. So this line will intersect somewhere, right? So at that point you need to draw a vertical line. Something like this. Okay. So the intersection of this vertical line and the axis is nothing but the second vertex. You can call V1 or V2. If you call this as V1, this can be as V2. Okay. The next step is you need to divide the distance between V1 to V2 into some convenient divisions. So arbitrarily you can make some n divisions. So make it convenient. See, for example, make each divisions as a distance of 10 mm. So it will be easy for you. Let's draw a vertical line, something like this, passing through the point, and the vertical line should extend till the directrix. The vertical line should extend till the guiding line. So something like this, you need to make the vertical lines. So once you've done that, you need to name these lines. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so at the intersection of the vertical line and the axis, at that point you need to name this. I'm going to name as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I'm not drawing this diagram to the actual dimension. So I'm getting 10 divisions, but when you are drawing it to the actual dimension, you may get a different number of lines, and also the number of line depends upon the distance between the line. I took 10 mm as the distance. Okay. These vertical lines will intersect somewhere in the guiding line. So you need to name this as the one corresponding to that is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dash, 10 dash. Okay. So we have made the enough construction lines. Next step is to identify the the path of the ellipse. So for that, what you need to do is you need to take the distance between 1 to 1 dash. This will be the radius. The distance between 1 to 1 dash is the radius, and F as center. You need to make an arc on 1 dash line. I'll repeat. Distance between 1 dash is radius, and F as the center. This is the point F, and F as the center. We need to make an arc on the 1 dash line, something like this. Okay, that arc should be on both the sides of the axis. Here as well as here. So next is 2 dash as radius, and F as center. You need to make an arc on 2 dash line on both the sides. And similarly, we need to do for 3 dash as the radius. We need to make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On both the sides, we need to do. Okay, so you will get some points. Okay, I'm going to name those points as, and above the axis I'm going to name this as P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9 and P10. And the below P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash, P4 dash, P5 dash, P6 dash, P7 dash, P8 dash and P10 dash. Okay, I did it on both the sides of the axis. So I need to connect from V1 to P1, P2, P3 till V2, then P10 dash till V1, something like this. Using HP pencil, I'm going to make this as a smooth curve. So if you done properly, you will get a really smooth curve, not like this. You will get something like this. So there is a mistake in this point. So other than that, you will get something like this, smooth curve. Okay. So this is the ellipse. Okay. Next, the second part of the question is. So the second part of the question is draw tangent and normal at any point on the curve. So I'm writing here, draw tangent and normal at any point P on the curve. So So they mentioned T. So you need to choose any point on the curve. So something like this. See, for instance, I choose this point. Okay. So I'm going to name this as P because it is given in the question. So what you need to do is, so the chosen point, you need to connect this point to the focus. So this is my focus. You need to connect this point to the focus, something like this. So once you are done that, we need to draw a perpendicular line to that. So that is a line 90 degree to this line. So something like this. So that line will intersect somewhere on your directrix. So from that point, you need to connect the P point. So something like this. And so this line is nothing but your tangent, and the line perpendicular to that is your normal. So this is your normal and this is your tangent. Okay. So I'm going to name the normal as N dash, and this is T dash. Okay. So in the end, you mention which line represents your tangent. So with a double line, I'm going to write this as T2 T dash as tangent and N2 N dash as normal. So you need to make a guiding line and you need to do that. After that, you need to mention the eccentricity. E is 3/4. Okay, these details you need to mention this column. So then we need to dimension one thing, because the only dimension given in the question is the distance between the focus. So from focus you need to draw an extension line, and using the directrix as one extension line, you draw something like this. So this dimension should be mentioned just below the curve. So the dimension line should not cross your curve. Okay. So this should be your 30. Okay. So this is how you need to construct the ellipse using eccentricity method. Okay. Hope you are able to understand this. If you have any doubts, you just contact me. Thank you.